Hey kids, this is Princess Read-A-Lot from Kids Reading Corner 207, and today we're going to read Pumpkin Cat by Ann Turner, illustrated by Amy and June Bates. Pumpkin Cat. The wind howled, thunder boomed. The cat skittered sideways into a ditch, but water pounded after her. Racing ahead, the cat found a hollow pipe to hide in, but the water followed her, pushing, until she was swept away. The racing stream tugged her this way and that, then it slowed and left the cat on a wet green lawn. The cat struggled upright, licked her fur feebly, and staggered forward. Ahead was a building. Buildings met people. People met food and warmth. Wearily, the ginger cat dragged herself to the top step, but there were no lights, no open doors, no voices floating out. Her whole body aching, the cat found a small door in the tall wooden box and pushed through. She slept. Oh, look, it's a cat. Warm fingers lifted her out of the wooden box. Did someone return her with a book? Did they think she was due? Lisa chuckled, holding the cat close to her body. The cat hung limply, not moving. Rochelle, is she all right? The other librarian peered at the cat. Softly, she stroked the cat again and again until a purr rumbled under her thumb. She's all right, Lisa. Just tired and hungry, I think. Let's get her inside. They bustled around, tipping things out of a large basket and lining it with a green sweater. Rochelle ran across the street to the market to buy some kibble. Tuna feast, tuna feast. Every cat loves tuna feast, she said, putting it in a dish near the basket. Come on, library cat, please eat. She needs a name, Rochelle said. What about something to do with Halloween, since it's in a few days? What about Hallows Eve? The cat rubbed against the librarian's leg. She wore soft black shoes. They smelled like sheep. No, said Lisa. We can't call her Eve. She's sorta orange, a ginger cat. How about Pumpkin Cat? Yes, I like that. Rochelle nodded. Let's call her Pumpkin Cat. The cat drank some water, nibbled some food, pawed through some books, and explored the high echoing rooms. It didn't feel like a home yet. She knew that homes were more than just walls and a roof to keep out the rain, but she wasn't quite sure what was missing. The next day, the door opened with a bang. Now, second graders, said Rochelle, come into the children's room. Some sat on the floor, some on chairs, and one on a cushion that exploded. Yowl! Howled the pumpkin cat and shot out into the room. A little girl with braids corrupted her. Kitty, come to Charlotte. The cat paused, turned and nosed the little girl's hand. Purr, said Pumpkin Cat. Purr. The girl smelled like dog bones and fresh air, and her overalls were soft and cozy. Pumpkin Cat curled on Charlotte's lap and went to sleep. She remembered that this was part of having a home, a warm lap and someone to pet her. But when the light faded into the sky, the girl with the braids went away, and the library felt huge and echoing. Pumpkin Cat walked around and around the library, looking for a friend. She knew the noisy mice in the cellar could never be her friends. so she curled up to sleep by the stuffed sock monkey in the children's room. His beady eyes gleamed, but he said not one word. He never did. And the wooden sheep that lived in a barn in the corner, they never said a word either. One day the librarian, who always wore soft black shoes, brought a pumpkin and put it on her desk. It glowed like a bright orange moon. Pumpkin Cat could hear the sound of children's voices outside. There was Charlotte, but everyone looked strange and different. A boy wore a shiny silver suit. Charlotte wore a black hat that could not hide her braids and a long black dress. Others wore wigs and frightening masks. The children circled around a big black pot in the middle of the lawn. They seemed to be fishing for something. But what? Pumpkin Cat saw a boy bob up with a red apple in his teeth. It was so strange and new that she stayed hidden and watched. Off to one side, children stuck their fingers into a box filled with sawdust. They scrabbled and held coins up to the fading light. Look, a nickel! Look, a penny! Pumpkin Cat came out for a better look. She wanted to be with them, so she pattered down the steps. When she found Charlotte, the ginger cat rubbed shyly against her leg. Here you are! I've been looking for you, the girl cried. Look, here's your fortune. Today you will find your heart's desire. But her voice was too loud, and Pumpkin Cat was afraid. She skittered off and hid behind the yew. It wasn't until everybody had gone away she heard the librarians calling her that she crept out from under the branches. Slowly she went up to the stone steps. She paused at the top, reluctant to go to the huge echoing rooms with no one to keep her company but the noisy mice in the cellar. What's this, Rochelle? Lisa said, taking off her carnival mask and crouching by a basket on the top step. Someone left something here. It's not one of our prizes, is it? Rochelle knelt by the basket and pulled off a fuzzy pink blanket. Underneath was a tiny black kitten curled up and sleeping. To one side was a small card. My name is Halloween Cat, and I need a home. I like to purr, and tuna is my favorite food. I hear this library likes cats. Well, said Lisa, that takes nerve. Slowly, Pumpkin Cat edged up to the basket and sniffed. What a wonderful smell! Fur, warm breath, a hint of tuna, and the stuffy coziness that comes from sleeping under blankets. Gently, she grabbed the back of the kitten's neck and took her inside. The kitten swung back and forth, purring. The pumpkin cat placed her in the basket where she herself always slept. Carefully, thoroughly, she licked her from nose to tail, paying special attention to her ears. When she was done, Pumpkin Cat corrupted and nudged the kitten towards the kibble dish. The kitten ate a few bites. Pumpkin Cat nudged her towards the water dish and then the litter pan. Well, Rochelle said, smiling, I guess someone was right. We are a library that likes cats. And you know, Lisa, Pumpkin Cat needs help with the mice in the cellar. When they locked up the library, Rochelle took one last look. The two cats were curled up together in a basket, Gingerhead next to Blackhead. Pumpkin Cat purred and stayed awake long enough to feel this small warm body against hers. Later, she would tell the kitten about the mice in the cellar and how foolish the sock monkey was, and how silent the wooden sheep were. But for now, she had finally found out what was missing: a friend. The end. Thanks for listening, and read lots.